Hi, this is David O'Reilly and welcome to the Round 3 recap from the Formula SimRacing World Championships from the Circuit de Catalunya, sponsored by Thrustmaster. This round would feature some stunning racing all the way down to P11 and an intriguing battle between teammates for both the Twister and Origin front row racing teams as they fought over the top four, and would culminate in Kuba Brzezinski making an edge of the seat surge to challenge over the final laps. We in fact saw at lap 64 of 66 that the final podium positions had not been settled. Championship standings are on the screen there, but showing both of our race winners, Parizis from round 1 and Quakel from round 2, accompanied by Bugazzi, Patel and Simičić in the top 5. Bugazzi stole pole by an incredible 16,000th of a second over his teammate Daniel Kiss, occupying the front row, and then second row Mohamed Patel and Michele D'Alessandro. It was a superb start by Kiss, and he immediately challenges his pole-sitting teammate Francesco Bugazzi into turn 1. Mohamed Patel was looking like making it 3 wide, but wisely backed out of it to let these guys sort it out, and they fought incredibly hard for the whole of sector 1. In the meantime, Quakel had jumped D'Alessandro for P4, Patel holding P3, and the two Twister teammates finally sorted out at the entry to turn 5, where Kiss prevailed by virtue of being on the inside line. The two Twister teammates of Daniel Kiss and Francesco Bugazzi had started to assert their grip on this race by establishing a mini gap on the rest of the chasing field. Mohamed Patel was joined in battle by Jerome Quakel of Origin Front Row Racing, and these two would fight tooth and nail in the following laps for P3. It was a bruising, tyre-sapping affair, and while this was going on, Simičić pitted in fact at the end of lap 10, signalling it may not be his day for tyre use. Lap 12, D'Alessandro pitted as well, and these were the first of the two top drivers to pit. And lap 14, the pit window would open for most of the rest of the drivers. And we're now treated to the final sector of the bruising encounter between Quakel and Patel as they duke it out over P3. And ultimately, this amazing battle ends with a bit of a lock-up from Mo, but both cars managed to rejoin the track and continue on undamaged. Patel is the first of the lead drivers to blink and pits at lap 13, choosing primes. And next lap around, both Kiss and Quakel both pit for fresh tyres. The move ends up costing Patel dearly because the early stop gives him fresh rubber but drops him back into a bit of a bun fight with quite a few other drivers, and Patel later on pays the price. As the second stint evolved, Daniel Kiss and Francesco Bugazzi started to look like they were going to be able to break the elastic. Kiss entered the pits for his second and final stop on lap 38. The running order was amongst the Twister cars, Kiss, then Bugazzi, and amongst the Origin front row racing cars, Quakel, then Brzezinski. But that was all about to change. Kuba Brzezinski put the hammer down and lowered the gap to Jerome Quakel to less than 1 second. Jerome Quakel, untypically, wasn't able to match it with Kuba late in the stint and had to yield as Kuba attacked on the DRS straight. And now Kuba moved into a position where by lap 46 he was in third place and only 7.3 seconds from the lead. All of that from 8th place on the grid. The late stop on lap 42 set the scene for Kuba Brzezinski's incredible attack over the final stint. He had great track position, he had the freshest tyres of all of them, and he was going out to hunt down the top two. Brzezinski managed to clear both David Greco and Jurdi Simičić, who was on a totally different strategy on a 3-stop, and give chase again to the lead two cars. At lap 52, 7th and 11th places were separated by only 4 seconds, and these guys had been fighting hard for the entire 52 laps, but there was a 20-second gap up to 4th place Quakel, who at this stage was really attacking Brzezinski hard and had lowered the gap to 0.7 of a second. Between laps 60 and 63, Francesco Bugazzi had seriously started to drop off Daniel Kiss's pace, and Brzezinski started hauling him in. By lap 63 it was 3 seconds, and a massive attack occurred on the DRS straight, to which Bugazzi had no answer. It's lap 64 of 66, and the podium positions of Kiss, Brzezinski and Bugatti seemed to have been settled, or had they? Brzezinski was still carrying huge pace on those prime tyres, and it was starting to look like a realistic target that he could potentially attack Kiss for the win. In a classy display, Daniel Kiss, the Hungarian driver, managed to steal his first win of the 2016 season. Kuba Brzezinski said to him after the race, "I only needed one more lap." Daniel Kiss very dryly answered, "The race was 66 laps, Kuba. That's what my strategy was for." But an awesome race put on by a circuit that demanded a different skill set to the point and squirt circuits of Melbourne and Bahrain, and brought out some different skills, and certainly tyre management was one of the greatest differentiators here. A thrilling finish, awesome race, and the full race of course is available on the Formula Sim Racing YouTube channel. You can see the driver standings on the board there with Kiss, Brzezinski, Simoncic and Quakel all starting to make their presence felt now, having had 2 scoring rounds. Thank you very much for joining us for the round 3 recap from Formula Sim Racing by Thrustmaster. We hope you enjoyed the highlights. Please keep an eye out for the round 4 highlights from Canada, which will be coming up soon, and feel free to get involved. You might like to vote for what your favourite highlight was from Canada. You can see there the identities in Twitter, Facebook or formulasimracing.net. So please feel free to get involved, and thank you very much for watching.